Good afternoon, 8x5. I hope you are doing well today. As you can see from the assignment on Teams, we're taking a short break from the war poetry and rhetoric to just zoom in and focus on one of the core skills that are important for understanding poetry and even for producing good rhetoric or arguments to persuade. We're going to look at metaphor and simile. We're going to try and interpret some metaphors and similes and see if we understand them a little bit better. If we do, we'll then be able to apply this back to the war poems and see what kind of similes and metaphors they're using to convince us that war is either a good thing or a bad thing. So let's turn to that worksheet now. You can see here the worksheet that I've assigned to you, and you can see your first task. On the one hand, it's very straightforward. Draw the image. Sounds very simple. But of course, it's asking you to do this by interpreting the metaphor or the simile here. Now, if you remember, a simile is a comparison between two things using like or as. She's as strong as a tiger. He's as hungry as a lion. His head is like a brick wall. Okay, those were all similes. Or, in the case of our first one, the boxer's iron fist. Now, the boxer does not have a fist made out of iron. He or she is not Iron Man. They're not a robot. But the metaphor here, it's a metaphor because it doesn't use like or as, says that the fist is like iron. What does that mean? Well, you could imagine a person with an iron fist hitting you would hurt. It would be hard. It would bash into you with the strength of an iron bar, a metal bar. It wouldn't break easily. So the metaphor is suggesting that this boxer has a very strong fist, a very powerful punch. And so you need to have a go at drawing that. So you might draw a fist that's made out of iron, that's very blocky or cubey. If you're not a great artist, it's okay. Just do your best. Okay, it might be something that would look like this. So you're going to try and draw or sketch the simile or metaphor that you see on this page. There are 4 of them. The boxer had an iron fist. The birds on the telephone wire looked like music notes on a page. The car shot through the night like a bullet. Her eyes were still blue pools. As an extension, you can create a simile of your own and a metaphor of your own and sketch both of them. Your next task is very similar in that you are again sketching or drawing 4 more simile or metaphor, but this time you have to identify whether it's a simile or a metaphor. So for example, the first one, the teacher was a raging lion, which suggests that the teacher was not a very happy person. Underline simile or metaphor, which one do you think it is? And then please draw or sketch what it is. And again, if you're not good at art, and you saw my example, that's fine. Just put some small effort into it. If you can only draw stick people, you can only draw stick people, and that's fine. You can see that number 3 and number 4 are the same as on the first side of the page. Don't redo them, okay? All you need to do is identify whether number 3 is a simile or a metaphor, and whether number 4 is a simile or a metaphor. When it says the poet has chosen it because, it's asking you to try and explain what the simile is saying. What does the car shot through the night like a bullet mean? What's it saying about the car? Or, in a way more difficult, her eyes were still blue pools. What is that suggesting about the girl or the woman? Can you explain what that simile or metaphor is trying to say? And that's it for today. So, all you need to do is complete the drawing or sketches, identify if it's a simile or metaphor, and if you can, explain what the simile or metaphor does. Once you've done, please upload your work to Teams. Otherwise, keep healthy and keep safe, I'll see you next lesson, and goodbye.